Hey guys, my name is Megan. Welcome to my vlog. Today we're going to be talking about stereotypes. So, stereotypes is something you come across really often, especially if you travel and meeting people from different cultures. They'll often have this idea about you. It's something like a generalized or simplified belief about a particular category of people. So, when you're traveling, that's often your culture, your race, your nationality. So I've got here some stereotypes about Australian people, me being Australian. I've asked some people, I've had a quick look on the internet, and I've also done a lot of travelling throughout Europe, backpacking, also just travelling in general, and Australia is, I feel like it's quite a well-known country for a lot of things. That again means stereotypes. So here we go, I'm going to list off a few things. So the first one, of course, the best, most well-known saying, put another shrimp on the barbie. Of course, made famous by Paul Hogan in Crocodile Dundee. This is generally within the first three things I ever hear when I tell someone I'm Australian. Quite often the first. Very often it's been the first thing. I think that's hilarious because we don't even call it a shrimp, we call it a prawn. It was used in 1984 in an ad for Tourism Australia, so that's probably where that's come from. Second stereotype. It's always hot. Kind of accurate. For the most part, it's a much more tropical climate than people from the Western world experience in their own country. The third thing, relating to being always hot, it's all desert. It's one big desert. Also pretty accurate. About 80% of Australia is a big desert, and no one lives there. Everyone can surf. I wish. I stood up once on a surfboard. Everybody does surf. Also not true. The next one. Everyone eats Vegemite. All day, every day. Not really. I mean, I like it, but I probably only eat it when I'm hungover. Good for vitamin D. We ride kangaroos to school. No, we don't. They will probably actually hurt you. Coming on to that. Everything in Australia wants to kill you. Kind of true. If you're talking about native wildlife, 50% true, although, you know, we do have pet dogs and pet cats and they're pretty safe. They drink a lot. Pretty true. Australians that go overseas especially party very, very hard. Why do they drink cast wine out of a silver bag? Because it was a good idea when we were 15 and we had no money. We always drink Foster's. No, it's crap beer. We do not. It's funny because it's easier to get beer in Amsterdam than it is at home in Australia. Most pubs you can't even buy it. Doing a shoey. The definition of this is when you're at a party or drinking, you take off your shoe, you put your beer in it, you drink out of the shoe. Why did we decide to drink out of a smelly shoe? No idea. That one's some positive ones. We're friendly. We're laid back. It's something to do with our lifestyle, and I think it's something to do with the beautiful weather. Everyone's chilled. Makes everyone else chilled. Love it. McLeod's daughters. Yeah, can be true in some places. Not really. Most people live in cities, actually. Awesome accent. G'day, mate. How you going? Yeah, I've lost my accent since I came here. But everyone seems to like it, so that's good. In relation to that, we swear a lot. Yes. We say the C word for our best friend. G'day, cunt. How you going? It's either your best friend or someone you really hate, so you've got to make sure you know the concept. Otherwise, you're going to take it the wrong way. We're always travelling. Yes, every time I've ever been to another hostel, anywhere in the world, there's always been at least one other Australian there. Every time. We're friendly. We're laid back. Thanks very much. I'll take that. Alright, so now we've been asked to talk about some stereotypes that I hold about another culture. I'm going to talk about the Netherlands. I've been living here now for nearly 2 years. 2 years in April, so in a few months. And so most of these have been blown to bits, but a lot of them, for a general part of the population, is true, as it is for Australians. So I'm going to go ahead. Okay, the first one. They love cheese. My boyfriend loves cheese. He eats it every day. Pretty accurate. They're blunt and direct and possibly even rude. It took me a very long time to get used to the way people say things, but now that I have been living here, I also notice that I've become more blunt and direct and perhaps rude. So I do have to watch myself when I go home or talk to my friends and family. The next one, they're always rushed. They're always on time. Maybe they rush because they want to be on time. People have to rush home from work just to be home, not to be in transit anymore, to do nothing. Don't know. They ride their bikes everywhere. Say that's pretty accurate. They love beer. They're tall. When it's somebody's birthday, you have to invite the family over and you sit in the living room in a circle and everyone has one drink and one piece of cake. So there we go. That was the stereotypes of my Australian culture and the stereotypes of the Dutch culture, which I'm living in. Hope you enjoyed. Till next time.